Hello, welcome back to Ask Allison. Here is today's question. Do you have a script or what do you say to clients to increase your fee? Do you have a timeline? I want to up my fee per session, but haven't followed through in fear of losing the clients or upsetting them. So first, I'd like to thank Therapy Notes for sponsoring us. We do have scripts for that in the Abundance Parties What to Say When course. We actually have a few depending on how you want to raise your rates because there are a few different options. My friend Tiffany McLean over at Hey Tiffany actually has a free 90-minute workshop on this, and I will link to that for you. I'm going to give you a much less thorough answer than a 90-minute training will give you, but hopefully it will give you some information that you can use as you go forward. So first, I want to say that if you're not raising your rates for the new clients coming in because you're afraid of the rebound from raising the rates with your current clients, remember that you're the boss. So if that's your concern, I strongly recommend raising it for the new calls that are coming in and make a timeline for when you're going to raise your rates on your current clients. So if you decide you want to raise them with your current clients, go ahead, do it for the new people coming in, even if you're not feeling like ready with your current clients right now. One of the things it does to raise it for the new people coming in is it shows you people will pay it. It also shows you that like any trepidation you have about this being your new rate, as you're saying it over and over, you start to kind of own it a bit more and it just kind of becomes your rate. And that makes it less scary to go to these people you already have a relationship with and say, hey, I'm raising my rate. I will say that this is a place where sometimes people will hide out or delay raising their rates on longstanding clients. If it is your intention to raise your rates with your current clients, I want you to set a timeline for that. And I get this question a lot. I don't think there's a right or wrong around whether or not you have to raise them for your current clients. So like if, for instance, you want to only raise it for the new people coming in and not raise it for your current clients, that's fine. But I want you to explore whether or not you're making that decision because you're afraid. It sounds like this person's question, they're afraid they're going to upset their current clients, versus because it feels like an ethical choice for you and you don't want to raise it on them for some ethical reasons. If it's fear holding you back, it's time to take a deep breath and put your business person hat on. Emotion-wise, I want to reassure you that someone who can make $150 per week work is likely to be able to make $175 per week work. And if they can't, you're the boss. You can keep them at $150, or you can bump them up to agreed upon middle point, or you can give them referrals. There are all sorts of different options that you can play with. Most of my clients haven't batted an eye when I've raised my rates, and I talk to therapists in the midst of a fee increase most days, I would say, most work days. And overall, the reaction I hear is the surprise that it's going as smoothly as it's going. We always seem to anticipate that this process will go much worse than it actually goes. So process-wise, I suggest a conversation about the increase and a signed financial agreement that reflects the increase. Some people just want to have clients sign it in between sessions, like they'll email it and be like, well, that never happened, and they don't address it in session because it's uncomfortable for that therapist. But you'll know, I think modeling this stuff is important for our clients. So have the conversation even if you're squirming inside. You don't have to explain why you're raising your rates. I would have an answer for them if they ask you, but don't come out like, I need to let you know I'm really sorry that I'm raising my rates and here are the reasons. Don't apologize for raising your rates. If you're raising your rates, I'm going to trust that you have done math that indicates that you need to raise your rates. You just need to tell them what you're raising it to and when you're raising it. So depending on the increase, I'm going to suggest 1 to 2 months notice. You might want to weigh how long or short term your work with clients is, because that will also weigh into that. Another option that we have in the party scripts is kind of scaffolding people up month by month if it's a steep increase. So like 1 month it might be $10 increase per week, something like that. If you're going way high, like maybe you started out and you're like, I'm just going to charge $50 per session, and you realize like you can't eat on $50 per session, and you need to be more like, I don't know, 150 depending on where you live and what your needs are. I don't know that I'd be like, boom, next month it's going to be 150 instead of 50. I might do like a longer term scaffolding. So all that to say, If you feel some trepidation around that, I do just want to reiterate that we hear this all the time, and people always say it goes better than expected. I've literally never had anybody be like, well, that was a train wreck, and I'm so sorry I did it. Nobody's done that. So if you want these scripts that I'm mentioning, along with 60 others, as well as courses on marketing and niching and plenty more, come and join us over in the Abundance Party. We got you covered in there. It's only $49 a month, and it teaches you literally everything you need to know to have a successful practice. Also, don't forget to check out Tiffany's free workshop, which I will link to, on how to raise your fees. If you have any questions for Ask Allison, I would love it if you would send me a DM on Instagram with your question, and we will put it in line.